Hawaii drivers, bruh. They bad. Okay, so I've been driving in Hawaii for a long time. And I want to share what I think are the 7 deadly sins of driving in Hawaii. Things that you just cannot do on the road, although I see it. Things that maybe just, for me, drive me crazy. Hawaii has some of the nicest people in the world, but we also have some of the worst drivers. And if you think that I'm just talking about tourists here who are on the road, no. Local people are some of the worst offenders. I should also mention this video is supposed to be somewhat light-hearted, but if you're doing these things, as my grandma used to say, hey, knock it off. Sin number 1, the last-minute merge on purpose. This is where there's an exit off to the right, and of course there's 2 lanes going down. Now of course everybody in the right lane is gonna of course merge and go off to the exit, and the guys in the left lane are supposed to go straight. But you got these drivers, local drivers, who they will purposely drive all the way down in the left lane and then kind of bully themselves in at the last moment, like, oh, you gotta let me in. They don't like wait in line like everybody else. No, they just gonna cut the line and then just merge way up there. This is so common in Hawaii. I see it all the time. I don't remember it being this bad on the mainland. Maybe it was, I can't recall. Now granted, I know part of this is because the roads in Hawaii are poorly designed with the on-ramp and off-ramp. I don't know why they design it that way. So part of it is road design. But the thing is, if you've driven here long enough, if you unlocal, you know where all the slow parts are. You know where everybody slows down because they're trying to get off the freeway or trying to get on the exit. And yet, people are taking advantage of that. And I understand if you're lost. If you don't know where you're going and you're like, oh, I gotta take that exit, sorry, and then you gotta merge. I mean, we've all been there. I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about the guys that do this on purpose. They know where the lines back up. They know that they gotta get into that lane, but they purposely just go around to try and skip so they don't have to wait. And I'll admit, when I was younger, I wouldn't let these guys merge. I would try to go real close and block them and try to drive on the left side of my lane so that they can't merge. But as I gotten older, I'm not gonna teach them a lesson. Nobody can change how they drive. If they're gonna act like that, you really can't change them. And besides, if I don't let them in, they're just gonna bully their way by force in front of the car behind me. So I just figure whenever that happens these days, I just let them in. Now this is one of those things that I know most people wouldn't do in real life if we were standing in a line. Like you can imagine, you're in Costco, right? You're waiting for Costco to open and the line is long and it starts to move. And then you get these guys that cut right in front the door of Costco. That's not gonna fly. But I guess the anonymity of being in a car for some people makes it seem like it's okay. It's not okay, but it just makes it seem like it's okay. All right, sin number 2, not paying attention at the light, yet they somehow make the light and you're left behind. This is where you're waiting at an intersection, usually a left turn because you need the green arrow to turn left. And the light turns green, but one of the cars in the front is just not moving. Like, I don't know what's going on, but they're just not moving. I mean, we all know what's going on. They're looking down at their phone, but they're not moving the car. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, okay. And then they start going, but by the time they make the light, it's like yellow going into red. You know what I mean? Like kind of like orange, right? Like it's past yellow, but it's gonna be red. And so they squeak on through. And if you try to tail them and go, you're just not gonna make it because you don't know if they're going to stop. So you cannot just full blast go through. And of course, what ends up happening is you are left behind and you gotta wait for the whole light cycle just to turn left. This is one of the most frustrating things that happens, and it happens to all of us. I know that cell phone use on the road is dangerous, also illegal here, but I just wish that if people were gonna use their phone, where they operate it without their hands, that they pay attention. And I think what makes this a greater sin is that the person isn't stuck on the light. That's the part that just, oh, sometimes it just drives me crazy. When they get to go through and I'm stuck because of their mistake, oh, boy. And I'll admit, this one gets me on the road. But after they've driven long gone and I'm stuck there at the light thinking, contemplating, I just realized, well, they're gone already. It is what it is. Just gotta move on. All right, sin number 3, too many tries to reverse into the parking stall. I don't know what it is about Hawaii drivers, but Hawaii drivers love to reverse into the parking stall. Yeah, I know it's easier to get out, and I heard about the whole safety issues, maybe, but people like to reverse into parking stalls here. And for me, you get 2 tries, okay? You get the initial try to reverse back in. After that, if you screw up, you can pull out and try one more time. But beyond 2 tries, I think you should be courteous and just wait until all the cars drive by, and then you can try again. So I see this quite a bit, especially when the parking lot is kind of busy, right? You're pulling in, you're driving around looking for parking, and the car in front of you gets a stall. Wonderful for them, tough luck for you. So they go up and they try to reverse in, but maybe they don't get it the first try because, you know, they got it the wrong angle. Maybe there's too much pressure because a lot of cars, a lot of people going around. Totally understandable. So they kind of like go forward a little bit and then they try again, they back up. At that point, the cars are starting to all kind of pile up, not just behind me going this way, but then you get the cars coming back at you and the line is starting to get busy, but they screwed up again. So instead of just waiting for us to all drive around because we're all looking for our own parking spot, they go forward again and then they block everybody again. And now we have to watch this person attempt again. The pressure is on even more, and if they miss it again, then they gotta go out and they gotta try again. So for me, in my books, you get 2 tries. After that, just a little self-awareness to let the cars around you drive by and then you can try again. Next sin, cutting when 2 lanes merge into one. This is a tale as old as time. 2 lanes converge into one. Everybody knows it's supposed to be every other car, but sometimes you get the cars, they know like listen, they try to cut the line so they can get what? 1 or 2 cars ahead. I mean, this is the kind of stuff you learn in elementary school, right? Like take your turn, everybody goes, and then you got the worst offenders. These are the guys that they don't even care about the every other zipper pattern. They're gonna drive down as far as they can to the end of the merge lane and then try to cut way up there. So they're cutting like 4 or 5 cars. Sometimes they drive even off the lanes just so they can get in. Again, there's something I can do to change these people, but I just think if you live your life that way, where there's the set rules, there's like the order of things, and you purposely try to go around, you try shortcut, man, I just gotta think your life gotta be hard. It gotta be a struggle where you think that the only way that you can get ahead is to physically get ahead like that. All right, the next sin, tailing too close to the car in front of you, especially the cars in the right lane. Let's just say like, for argument's sake. So you're going Kaneohe from town on like. 2 lanes going to Kaneohe. Everybody knows the left lane, that's for the guys who like drive fast. The right lane is for the guys driving around the speed limit. And sometimes it just so happens that the car in the left lane is going about the same speed as the car in the right lane. And so what that does, it kind of creates like this wall. And then you get the speeders that are coming up the left side. I know they're in the speed lane, but then the car on the left lane, for whatever reason, they're not moving to the right side. And so the speeder who's growing more and more impatient, they decide after tailing the car on the left that they're gonna go tail the car on the right. The guy who's driving the speed limit, as if you're gonna bully them to go any faster. That's not their fault. They're in the right side. And then of course they happen to crack right through both cars and then they speed off and drive off and we meet them down at the bottom of the hill. Anyway, now there's 2 parts to this. The car on the left side should move out of the way. You see a passing vehicle, you should move onto the side. No shames, you know, I don't know why you just don't move onto the side, it's fine. But to tell the person on the right side, they never do anything wrong. So I don't see why you trying to bully them now into going. I mean, besides, what's the rush, brother? Where you gotta go so fast? I mean, I think it's important to remember that the people driving around you, sharing the road, they're actually real people. They're not NPCs, they're not controlled by the computer, it's not a video game. People are trying to all go places and they all have the right to be there. So I don't know why some people think it's their road and they get to go at whatever speed. It drives me absolutely crazy, but I just try to stay out of it. The next deadly sin is 4-way stop hesitation. I don't know if people just don't know how to do a four-way stop or they just forgot. Two offenders in this situation. First, you got the guys that they don't care. As soon as they get to the intersection, doesn't matter who was there first, they're just going. They're barely stopping and they're just gonna power through and everybody kind of just gotta move out of the way. And then you got the second offenders. These are the ones that they go to the four-way stop. Everybody knows the rules, or supposed to know the rules, but for some reason, they're directing traffic from their car. They're the ones telling people, hey, oh no, you go, oh no, you go, and no worries, come. And it gets confusing because as I'm sitting here watching them, I'm like, do I do what they say or do I just do what I'm supposed to do? Because if I do what they say, well, then I don't know if everybody else is paying attention and is gonna follow the traffic director over here. Or if they're not gonna pay attention and they're just gonna do what they're gonna do, then I don't know what this driver is doing. I just gotta be real careful. And so as we're going through, I just make sure, okay, I cannot predict what people are doing, even if they know what to do. I just wanna get through this, please. And the last deadly sin is ignoring the no turn on red signs. If you drive in town these days, you're gonna see them pretty much at every intersection. No turn on red. And yet some people, they just turn anyway. Now either one, they don't see the sign, which is, you know, a good probability because we get plenty of trees, or sometimes the sign is crooked and hanging upside down or whatever. So yeah, in that sense, I get it. Sometimes you don't see the sign, but I think it's mostly people ignoring the signs. I mean, I know it wasn't always like that, and so maybe they just assume when they go to the intersection that they've been driving for years, well, I can just turn right, that there was no rule change. But the signs are pretty big, so I don't know how you can just ignore it. I don't think it's a literacy issue, although I don't know, sometimes I kind of wonder, right? You know, nah, just joke, but I do wonder. And yes, I miss those days when you could just stop properly and then turn right. But let's face it, we kind of did this to ourselves, collectively as drivers. I think they introduced the no right turn on red because things are just getting too crazy. People weren't actually stopping. There's pedestrians coming around. They couldn't see the cars coming. People are going too fast. And so to prevent accidents, just no can. I don't know if they're ever gonna take it away. Maybe one day that would be great, but until then, just gotta follow the signs. Not that hard. For as much aloha as we have here in Hawaii, including, you know, giving the shaka and waving when people let you merge, we got a lot of bad drivers. By the end of October 2025, we caught up and surpassed the number of total traffic deaths in all of 2024, and that's with 2 months to go. When you read about these things in the news, you kind of wonder, what's going on? I know that there are more cars on the roads these days. I know that people are more distracted than ever, but I wish that people would remember that the goal of driving is not to get there the fastest. I mean, you like race cars, go race cars on the racetrack that we don't have anymore. But you like go race cars, go race cars. But that's not the goal to get there the fastest. It's to get there safely. To all of us to get there safely. I think it's important to remember that all the people that are driving, they're people too. They're families, they're somebody's mom, dad. Don't even get nuts. So hopefully people can remember to drive a little bit safer on the roads in Hawaii. I know the roads kind of bust up here and there, potholes, but hey, that's the roads that we got. But we can still drive safe. So thanks for watching, and aloha.